Page 45, the Blue Danube. This is another lead sheet. It's where they give you the melody and the chords above the staff, the name of the chords, and you have to improvise and make up the accompaniment. First thing to do is look it over 3-4 times. 2 sharps, we're in the key of D major. Make sure you can play the melody. Here, just forget the fermatas and all that stuff. So get the notes and make sure 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then you gotta come up here, back down here, up here. Now, there are different ways of fingering this. It's up to you. But like at the beginning, when here, you got to come up an octave here, which you can do because you have 2 A's there. You can play the second A with the thumb, because now you reach up an octave, you got it. And then, of course, you got to come back down here afterward. It's up to you on how you do it. Measure 9, or pick up to measure 9, C sharp. If you don't want to use thumb on that, then you have to use second and thumb on that. It's up to you. I prefer, I think, that so forth. Play the whole thing through and make sure you have the notes and the rhythms and all that. Then make sure you know the chords. Okay, well, we have a D chord here. That NC, that stands for no chord. That means you don't play anything. If there's a guitar player and they're playing along with you, they would be quiet during that. They'd be resting during that measure. And you stick with the D chord until the second line. Measure 6, you get an A7 chord, which is the 5-7 chord in D major. And you stick with that for a while until measure 14, you come back to the D chord. And then measure 18, it is a D chord with an F sharp on the bottom. That's what the slash F sharp is. So what we do is simply come up, a D chord. Well, if I do first inversion, F sharp's on the bottom. So I just come up there. And I stick with that until measure 22, it's a G chord. And then finally, measure 26, back to the A7 and a D chord. Okay. Then kind of try and put them together, and I just block chords, you know, one note, 1 chord per measure, or whatever. The idea. I'm just trying to get an idea of what it sounds like and a little bit about the feel of the hands together. And then once you have that, then we can start thinking about other things. You don't want to be playing block chords all the time, and you don't need to be just playing one note per measure. You can vary the rhythm. I mean, because we're using triads or 3-note chords and it's a waltz, you can do broken chords. That's one pattern, and rhythm-wise, it's up to you. And another pattern they show you at the middle of page 144 is here. On these, they're A7 rather than here. They would here. It's just another inversion of the chord. Put the A on the bottom. That's all it is. You can experiment on the inversions and where you play these chords. Try different things out. So we'll try that pattern. So throughout, just have fun with it. Now they've added a little bit of pedal, and you can add pedal to add overtones and to connect this thing. You're going to lose your staccatos. They don't have to be staccatos necessarily. I mean, that's fine. It's just overlapping pedal, and just pedal where they tell you. On these measures, where it's like the pickup or the first part of each phrase, they don't pedal that. And so be consistent throughout. Don't pedal it all the way through. And if you're doing block chords, whatever, then at the bottom, the last couple measures, they tell you to use a block chord there. I'm not sure why, but okay. I mean, I could see a block chord for the very last measure, but the measure before it, yeah, I don't know. Try different things out and see what you like. I'm not going to do a play with me because you can improvise this in any way you want. So just have fun with it, experiment with it. As you learn more patterns for improvising, you can come back and try them on this and see how they work too. You don't have to use quarter notes, you can use eighth notes. Just experiment and try different things out. As long as it sounds okay, close enough, go with it.